Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you the new Agent Neon and all of her abilities. She seems very strong. She's really fun to play. I haven't actually played her in a game yet, but I've been testing her abilities here. So basically she has abilities that make her faster. She has abilities that kind of mimic like Breach and Phoenix utility. So there's like a wall, there's a stun. So also we can read the abilities here, but I'm going to start with the wall, which is, I have it bound as C. It's the first one on the left down here. I just tried to point to it as if that was going to help me show you guys, but if you hit C, you can see it throws two walls. It's basically the same as a Phoenix wall, except you get two, and you can't curve it, so that's the one downside. But also if you read, it says it damages, but instead of fire damage, it's static damage. So I'm guessing it's probably going to do the same amount of damage as a Phoenix wall, but the main pro of this over the Phoenix wall is that you throw two, and the main con is that you can't curve them. So we can think of how this might be used. Like you can throw this into a site, and then your team can just walk straight in like this, and then come through at any point through the wall. I think your teammates will be damaged though, so be careful about that. Maybe tell your teammates before you're going to use it. But otherwise, it seems like there's a lot of outplay potential. You just throw it for a fake, it makes a lot of noise, a lot of action happening. It goes quite far. I mean, really, look at that. Also, it throws a... It looks like it throws like a thing that hits this tree. Watch. I don't know if that actually does damage, but that is something you throw. So next, we have my mouse button 4, which is the second thing at the bottom. And this is the concuss. So if we go ahead and read it, it says instantly throw an energy bolt that bounces once. Upon hitting each surface, the bolt electrifies the ground below with a concussive blast. So if you think of Breach E or Breach Aftershock, it's going to be the same CC effect. So if I hit the button, you'll see it bounces once. And you can see there's a few things to note here. You can see as I hit the ground with the first one, there's going to be like a yellow circle in the center, and it's going to expand, and once it fully expands to the outer circle, it's going to stun. So there you go, you see both of them. The next thing to note is I think you can stun teammates because you can stun yourself. But one thing that I did notice is you see I bounce into the wall. It's actually a cylinder. So the cylinder hits the wall and it hits a very large radius, which is going to be very broken. So look at this. I'm thinking this stuns all the way up here, because if I turn bots on, if I just like bounces to the wall up there, you see this stuns everyone here. Let me see if I can get a... See, that stuns all that radius. Like, it doesn't matter how high up this bounces. If I shoot up here, that's still gonna hit them. So it's just a big cylinder. So I'm guessing this is gonna hit people on high ground as well. So one more thing about this is there's gonna be, you can see how far this bounces. So if I shoot this straight in front of me, it's kind of like a Sovadar with how far it travels. I don't know if there's, I think there's some slight fall off if we look at it here. It's kind of hard to tell, honestly. I don't know. I think there is some very slight fall off, but you can imagine some lineups like this, some crazy lineups, like even just doing something like this. But imagine there's no roof, and then like on the spike for an outplay or something. So the next ability is the third one. It is called High Gear. By the way, the first one was called Fast Lane. The second one was called Relay Bolt. This one's called High Gear. It says instantly channel Neon's power for increased speed when charged. Alt fire to trigger an electric slide. Slide charge resets every 2 kills. So see, it gives me a slight increase, and after you run for a little bit, if you hit right click, you actually slide and you stop. So if you have your knife, actually you melee, which is kind of weird. I just figured that out here. Also this is her signature ability, meaning she will get it back. I don't know if that means she's gonna recharge, like, because I have infinite. In the range, you have infinite stuff on, infinite abilities, but that is our signature ability, because I can see the 2 X's above the foot icon. But this is going to be very good for getting in and out of situations, like especially the slide. If you need to get out, you just slide out real quick. And then, again, I don't know how many, I think you just use this maybe once. But you also notice, I have this bar above my abilities, which hasn't really come into play yet. So this bar comes into play, and it slowly regenerates over time, kind of like Viper Pit. But this bar is affected by High Gear and by her ult, which is called Overdrive. So one more time, I'll show you this. You can imagine going into a site, trying to enter like this. Slide, maybe get some lucky, precise gunplay there. Thanks, Riot, for adding more precise gunplay into the game. And so the last ability, which also affects this bar, is called Overdrive. Unleash Neon's full power and speed for a short duration. Fire to channel the power into a deadly lightning beam with high movement accuracy. So basically what that means, you have jet knives because you can move, but it's just a beam, and it's basically entirely accurate when you're moving, and it does a lot of damage. So there's a few things to know, but first I'll just go ahead and use it and show you guys. So the first thing to note is, see, if I put it away, the bar is actually going down now, so it's going to be weird for me to use this, because if I run out, then obviously I'm just going to have to wait for it to recharge. But also, if I get kills, you'll notice that the bar recharges looks like about 30. Or, I don't know exactly how much. Looks like between 20 and 30. And so there's also one more thing to note that I noticed about this, is that there's no crit damage for the head. So head and like foot damage is the same, or chest, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the exact time to kill is, but it seems quite quick. You could just imagine walking through like a whole team like this. So yeah, the recharging bar with each kill means you can easily just run into the enemy team, just W key and do this. It's going to be kind of broken. And also while you're ulting, you can do this. You can slide. And again, I'm not sure how often you can slide in like an actual game, if there's a cooldown to that or what. There's also some cool movement if you jump right after the slide. You can go quite far. Let's take a look at that. Oh, the bots went away. Almost saved it. But yeah, you can slide and jump at the end to go a little bit farther. So that's going to be just about it for this video. Pretty short, just a little agent overview. I might make a video about the new Phantom because I kind of want to buy it. But with that being said, I think she's going to be a pretty broken agent. I think we always think that though. Like, kind of thought that with Yoru, and Yoru's kind of garbage. So we'll see. But I have a pretty good feeling this agent's going to be quite broken. Like, A at the very least. A tier at the very least. Probably S tier. Probably one of the better duelists to play, which is going to be really fun to see, honestly, how this plays out. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was helpful. Talk to you guys in the next one. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff.